Viewer discretion is advised. Hello once again, Internet. Welcome to Breath of the Wild. But not just Breath of the Wild. We're gonna be jumping right into Master Mode. Now, this has only been out for a couple days. I have not played it yet. I mean, I played the game. I have not done it on hard mode. I don't fully know what changes are made to it. I know some of the basic stuff. And basically we're just going to jump right into it. No point in dwelling. Oh, what? It takes you to a separate menu? That's a little weird. Alright, why not? I also fiddled with the options a little bit just for the sake of making things a little different for myself. You'll find out what I did momentarily.
Link.
You guys know what time it is. It's Zelda time. Oh geez, these controls already feel a little weird to me. I haven't actually played this game in a little while, and I've been playing a bunch of other stuff lately. Hopefully this doesn't throw me off too much. And also, yes, I... Nope. So yeah, I set the language to Japanese. Not for any particular reason, honestly, it was just for the sake of having something a little bit different. And I kind of wanted to compare it to the English one. It's not something I intend to dwell on, but there it is. Something I will dwell on, though, is how I'm going to be approaching this series. For starters, assuming everything goes well and I don't get sick of the unnecessarily complicated system that I have here, which I will get to in a moment, I want to essentially 100% this game. I'm going to be doing all the Divine Beasts. I'm going to be doing the hard mode stuff that was added. I'm going to be getting all the shrines. That in particular I want to do. Something else that I should also explain is the approach that I'm going to be taking for this particular game. Much like with BioShock, which is the other game I'm playing right now. Oh, I didn't put on any clothes, did I? I totally forgot.
旅立つ時です。
Where's my microphone? I actually can't see it. Is it still right in front of my face? Yes, it is. Okay. It's the approach that I'm going to be taking for this game. Much like with BioShock, a big part of this game is its atmosphere and its design. So, I'm not going to try and force myself to ramble on and on at all moments. And at times like this, I'm just gonna let the game breathe. Now, I also don't intend to have just giant swaths of silence. I'm going to talk whenever I have something to say, and I'm going to skip anything that's not remotely interesting. I'm going to try and fit as much editing as I can into these videos. Oh, jeez. My stamina wheel, what happened to you? You were once so beautiful, so firm and robust. I haven't actually played on a new file in this. I've only ever had the one that I've been playing this whole time. So, it's going to take me some time to get used to things. And don't be surprised if I jump clean off a cliff thinking that I have the paraglider. You'll also see me shield surf into a lot of things. Excuse me, sir, can I have this? And you know what? I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be reading the dialogue or not. Like, I'll be reading it. I don't know if I'm going to be reading it out loud. I know some people don't like that for some reason, even though a majority of people just listen to these videos and don't necessarily pay complete attention to it. But at the same time, I kind of set the dialogue to Japanese, so I'm not entirely sure how that's supposed to work. It kind of doesn't really mesh, but you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna read the important dialogue. How about that? I'm just an old fool who has lived here, alone, for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? Literally no idea. Answering a question with a question. That is fair enough. It really isn't. It's just avoiding the question. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to legend, this is the birthplace of the entire kingdom of Hyrule. That temple there. Long ago, it was the site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. Was that foreshadowing, perhaps? Oh, also, something I should explain is that since I'm playing on hard mode, I am going to be, I'll be skipping some dialogue here and there, and I will, to some degree, talk about spoilers when they come up. Essentially, I'm going to be assuming that you already know the game fairly well. I'm not going to be talking about main story things, for the most part, but I am not going to neglect everything, you know? Oh, jeez. Oh my god, I forgot I was on hard mode. I completely forgot about that. Okay, here we go. Come here, you. Yes. Okay. I'm feeling it. What the? Why didn't you get his stick out, Link? Jeez, this guy is tough. Like, is this even worth it? Did I just die from the first enemy? The first one. Wow, okay. That's an omen for how this is gonna go, isn't it? Oh, jeez. Why is everything bright red? It's kind of upsetting. Oh, you know what? I should explain a little something. Why my microphone may sound a little bit worse. Partially because I am significantly further away than I... Whoa, I have to talk to him again, don't I? You know what? That'll be a good time for me to explain what's going on with my recording setup because it's ridiculous. It is simultaneously the most low-tech and high-tech. Much more of each than it has any right to be. Essentially... Alright, I'm just gonna skip all this. Well, for one thing, I'm gonna tell you what's low-tech about my setup. For starters, my microphone. It is a Rock Band microphone taped to a lamp arm, one of those folding ones with the springs on it, which is sitting on top of a screwdriver, which was pounded into a metal pole using a hammer, and is sitting on the bottom of, or sitting on top of an old camera tripod. That is my microphone right now. It is giant, but it does what it needs to do. And on top of that, I am underneath a blanket fort in order to reduce all of the noise from all the crap going on around me. It is ridiculous, and it's cumbersome. However, by contrast, I have my Nintendo Switch plugged into my capture program and my computer, naturally. It's kind of how you need to record videos, but if you saw that VR Zelda video that I did, yeah, I'm doing that. I am underneath my blanket fort next to my ridiculous microphone setup with a set of goggles on my head that are designed for a drone. And it is, like I said, simultaneously the most low-tech and high-tech thing that I could possibly be doing right about now. And it is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, right. So, I guess I may as well talk about the game now, shouldn't I? I didn't intend for that giant swath of silence there, but there we are nonetheless. So like I said, I intend to do everything. But Zelda, please.
Link. シーカーストーンのマップに示された場所へ向かうのです。
You know, if you guys end up complaining and don't like the Japanese voices, I'll change it back. So yeah, I am going to be doing everything, but I am not going to be getting all the Koroks. I'm letting you know that right now. And it turns out I am not going to be fighting any enemies because they are way too strong for me right now, and I am scared like a little boy. I will gladly take that bow, though. Oh, geez, he's right here. Woo! Screw you and your noise. Yeah, I'm not going to be fighting most of these enemies. At least not for now. Oh, right. Something else I should mention. Depending on how things go, I may or may not actually be putting on some additional limitations, depending on how difficult the game actually turns out to be. One of the praises turned criticism for this game was that, sure, it's really difficult when you start out, but it essentially pulls a Kid Icarus on you, where as you progress, it actually gets easier, because there isn't really much difficulty scaling. There's a pretty solid cap on how strong the enemies can get, and once you pass that threshold, there's really nothing else. Once the enemies get too easy for you, then they're just permanently too easy for you. And there's not really anything you can do about that aside from putting on some extra challenges. But that's something I intend to do. I originally considered doing a sort of a pseudo speedrun where essentially I wouldn't really do any of the story stuff and I would prepare for Ganon, basically. And that was it. Like, I would get hearts and some weapons, but that would be it. That's not what I intend to do now. It was an idea, but it's not one I'm going to really stick with. But I do still intend to try some things out. For example, one thing I'm going to do, I'm at least going to try, is I am not going to use the Hylian armor, the Guardian armor, or the Barbarian armor. Which, the first two have the best defense, the second has a boost to Guardian weapons and a resistance to enemy Guardian weapons, and the Barbarian set boosts your attack power across all fronts. I don't want to do any of those. In fact, once I can get it, there's a set of armor that I want to get. And unless otherwise necessary, I intend to wear that armor for the entire playthrough. I'm not going to say which yet, mostly because I can't actually get it for a good while. So for the time being, you're just going to be seeing the boring old Hylian gear. I almost said armor, even though I just said that's not what I'm getting. And this also isn't armor. Hello, Mr. Tower, what do you have to say to me? I forgot Link just fell over like that. Could I just say that I love the designs in this game? Like, for basically everything. I know it reminds me of something, but hot damn if it isn't distinct. Oh hey, there's some flying guys right over there. Look at them! They're just hanging out. And you can still see them. Oh my god. I totally forgot about that. It's so weird to be starting this game over now. I'm very curious about how this playthrough is gonna go. Because I actually don't know. Oh, you can see the Deku Tree back there. I never noticed that before.
100年の間眠っていたのです。この怪物が本当の力を取り戻した時、世界は終わりを迎えてしまう。だから手遅れになってしまう前に早く早く。
I never noticed that it played Zelda's Lullaby there. This game is so full of cool little details like that. It's kind of funny. I once saw a comment from somebody. I don't know who it was or where I heard it, but it was somebody saying, well, they didn't pay any attention to the Zelda lore or anything when making this game. It's like, did you play the same game that I did? If anything, they paid too much attention to Zelda lore, and we're going to be talking about that. Because you guys may remember, if you watch my videos, I talked about the Zelda timeline and how it pertains to this game's map. What was that noise? I don't remember that being the sound you make, jeez. Give me a second. It would seem we have quite the enigma here. This tower and others just like it have erupted across the land, one after another. It's almost as though a long-dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. Yeah, that was me. Triforce of Courage. No big deal. If you do not mind me asking, did anything odd occur while you were at the top of the tower? Eh. You need not conceal the truth from me. Truth be told, I saw the whole thing on... Then why did you ask? Although I could not hear anything, I did see you react as if you heard something coming in the direction of the castle. I'm pretty sure it was the giant purple thing? I don't know if you noticed that. Hit the nail on the head, did I? No, actually. Did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? I'm not talking to you. Seems I have some work to do as far as earning your trust goes. I suppose that is understandable. You are a creepy and weirdly giant old man. I'm just saying. I assume you caught sight of the atrocity enshrouding the castle. I suppose that's one word for it. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the bleh of bleh. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. There's this one guard hanging out in an alleyway over this really happy music, and you had to go so far out of your way to hear him. But, you know, there he was. There it festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. I'm pretty sure it's unleashed like 4 blights, dude. You're a little bit behind the times here. It would appear that moment is fast approaching. Again, dude, get off the plateau. You're a little bit behind. Why is that frozen hawk up there? Do you intend to make your way to the castle? Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. I may as well tell him that much. I had a feeling you would say that. Because I apparently know everything. I'm the old man. We are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. That's a quitter's attitude. If you were to try to jump off, well, no death could be more certain. Or more foolish. Of course, if you had a paraglider like mine, that would be quite another story. Gimme. Oh, certainly, why not? But there is no such thing as a free item in this world, you know. Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? Yes. Thank you, game. I'm surprised they didn't take out the tutorial pop-ups. Come, let me show you something. Yeah, I already know. Way ahead of you, buddy. Way ahead of you. I'm going to be skipping a lot of this tutorial stuff, mostly because it's completely unnecessary. Ooh. See, he's facing away from me. I'm going to try and sneak up on this guy and knock him into the water. Oh, right. They're smarter, aren't they? Yeah, they can hear me from further away. Oop. You don't see me. See? See? That's how you do it right there. Okay. Oh, you know what? I can go down here. I forgot about those guys also. Here we go. Turn around, Mr. Man. But he's following me. Seriously? You know I'm here. Alright, I'm just going to have to try and get a full hit combo off on him, which will then knock him into the water. Boom! And there he goes. Sweet. Okay. Do I have any arrows? No. What the... There we go. Okay, how many sticks do I have? I can kill this guy here also if I hop onto his thing and then push him into the water with this stick. Link! 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 You're the worst. You are the worst. Did you know that? I had this problem with Majora's Mask just yesterday. You did the exact same thing. I was in the frickin' Great Bay Temple, and you kept diving your ass into the water when I just wanted you to jump. Why would you do that? You. Ruby, thank. Great. I will gladly accept that because I can sell it for money. Okay, what shrine is this one again? Is this the Magnesis one? I think it is. I'm pretty sure that's the one you're supposed to get first. I know it's not bombs. And I know it's not cryo. Yeah, Magnesis. Alright, I knew it. Omen, ow. Oh man, oh. Oh right, that's the joke that the Grumps made, right? That's where I heard that from. Just oh man, oh. I love that voice where it's just like surprisingly upset by something. They do that a lot on South Park, don't they? I haven't actually seen that show in a really long time. I don't even know if there's like a season going on right now. Never really occurred to me to check. Magnesis! By the way, video games are happening. Isn't that something? God, this headset is so just... It gets so sweaty. Ugh. Why? Why must it do this? Hopefully, I'm going to be able to remember how to do all of these shrines. Because I have done all of them before. In my previous playthrough, I essentially 100%ed the game. I more or less got everything. I did get all the Koroks. I got like a good 500 or 400 or however many. Come on. Come on, really? That's not close enough. Fine. 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 Let's get all this blockiness out of my way. Here we go. Come here, buddy. Oh, here. I heard you dropped this. Camera. Sure would be nice if I could move my camera around, game. There we go. Don't have weapons, make do with something else. I'm very curious about how this is gonna go, because it's very clear that my weapons are already useless to me, because I can barely kill a regular blue bokoblin. So I am trying to figure out what would be the best way to kill some enemies without having to rely on my weapons. Because I know that there are a lot of other people who are much more creative than I am with what you can do in this game, and I'm not entirely sure if I can live up to that expectation. I'm hoping that these runes will make things a lot easier for me. Jeez, I forgot this first one went on for so long. I didn't skip it because it was the first one, but jeez. Delicious. Something I may as well talk about here. Oh, and actually, the friggin' old man is going to interrupt me, isn't he? Alright, I'll give it a second. Why is his voice so high-pitched now? What was it? Ho ho hoi! Like, is that really what his Japanese voice is? I totally forgot I changed the voice acting. Paraglider, please. Gimme. Ooh. Alright, you know what? I am going to skip this dialogue here because he is just kind of talking about kind of unnecessary backstory stuff. I like being sassy Link. Something interesting that I also kind of want to talk about, just sort of really quick. This isn't what I was talking about earlier, but I heard some people mention that that with this game's focus on like story and voice acting and all that, I saw some people complain that they didn't like that Link had no personality. But I entirely disagree with that. I think this is one of the most expressive Links that we've ever had. I mean, he's not quite at Wind Waker levels. He might be somewhere around Skyward Sword. if I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you've ever cooked a meal in this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Did you fly here, old man? Think an old man like me needs to fly to stay ahead of you? Who do you think you are, Mr. Man? Still have a few tricks left. Like what? Does he expect me to just, like, ignore that? Like, that's not the sort of thing that you can just drop on somebody and then just be like, nah, never mind. Yes, I can stick pins on maps. There's actually something really cool regarding the pins that I'm going to show you guys at some point. Alright, I got it. I already know where the shrines are, so I don't need to take any pins. You know what, I may as well do that anyway, just so I kind of have some, Yeah, alright, fine, I'll do it. I'm just in the middle of talking about how I don't need to do it, but... Okay, game, why are you doing... There we go. I don't need the animation every time. There we go. Just so I can use them to navigate my map. I like having that sort of functionality available to me. So, you know. Oh, Link, please do not fall off this tower. Oh my god. This headset is so cumbersome to wear. Like, it's actually getting, like, really annoying now. This may be the worst idea I've ever had. You know what? I may have to just deal with watching the game from afar and not recording under my blanket fort. You know what? Yeah, I may have to do that in the future. Because I cannot do this for however many episodes this series is going to take. So, starting from the next episode, the audio is going to be worse. But, at the very least, I'll be able to play the game. So that'll be a nice plus. Let's see, do I have cryo? No, I don't. Dang it. If I had cryo, I could flip that over, but no. Or if I had magnesium... Wait, I have... Are the amiibo activated yet? I don't think they are. Oh, they are! You know what, hang on. I'm gonna take my blanket fort off real quick. God, it's so sweaty. Oh, God. Ugh. How long is this? Oh, Jesus, 37 minutes. Oh, my God. Okay. Now, I know that this has been a slow start. I know this has been a slow start. But that's sort of how this game is going to go. It's going to be a bit more relaxed, a little bit chill, a little bit slow. I am going to be cutting around when I need to. Oh, geez, this guy's gonna murder me immediately if he sees me, isn't he? Yeah. It's gonna be a little chill. It's gonna be a little relaxed. I'm gonna be spending at least a bit of the game just kinda chilling around, you know? Taking in the sights. Because enjoying the atmosphere is such an important part of this game that I want to keep that intact. I want to be like you guys are playing along with me. In fact, you can play along if you want. I mean, I'm not going to be playing the game very often, so I don't necessarily recommend doing that. But if you want to, go for it. You know, maybe you can try some of the self-imposed challenges that I'm going to be doing later. But for the time being, on this delightful music, I hope you guys have a nice day. And I will see you for more Breath of the Wild next time. Assuming I do another episode. You know what, let me know if you want more, if you just want me to play Bioshock again. Alright, bye-bye. Oh, God. Oh, that was an awful idea. Oh, God. Ugh. Jesus. I'm gross and sweaty everywhere. Why am I doing this? Not only covered in a blanket with a giant thing on my head that's pressing down on my forehead, and also in summer. Good God, this was the worst decision I've ever made.